Hello and welcome to...
Hello, Rich Keeble here, and welcome to episode 4 of The Documentary. It's a documentary, stop saying it isn't. So, as promised in the last episode, we're going to start moving through things a little bit quicker. We're going to be running through it, if you like. The weeks are going to be covered in a matter of minutes, much like the years of our lives trickle past towards our untimely deaths. So in this episode, we're going to be covering weeks 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we start off week 3 on the 3rd of January, and at the end of the week I went up to Edinburgh where I spent weeks 4 and 5, and that'll be the main focus of this episode. So the plan for week 3 was some intervals, a recovery run, another set of intervals which I did skip, and finally a long run which was a lot darker than I anticipated. And then week 4, we've got some intervals, another recovery run, a fartlek, some more intervals. Week 4 ends in another long run, this time during daylight hours. I ran along this Water of Leith route, which was suggested to me by Alison, one of the essays I was working with on the job. Week 5, I was still in Edinburgh working. I was supposed to finish my scenes on Wednesday and go home Thursday, but it got extended, so I didn't go home till Saturday. So week 5 was supposed to be intervals and a recovery run, another set of intervals and a long run, but I skipped the intervals on the Saturday, travelled home on the Sunday, picked up that long run the following week. Then week 6 became intervals, the missed long run, another recovery run, some intervals, some more intervals, and that week's long run. So quite intense. And then week 7, travelled up to Coventry for this other job. So that week consisted of recovery run, intervals, easy run, more intervals, and a long run, which was 26 kilometres. And that's where we're going to end it for this episode. So, please enjoy. So, today is the first run of the week. Intervals, 5 minutes at threshold pace. So it's another late night run. This morning I had to go to a costume fitting for a job I'm shooting in February. Got a hair and makeup wig thing Thursday, and I've got people coming around to give me COVID tests. My oldest daughter goes back to school tomorrow, so that should free up a bit more time this week. But then next week on Sunday I'm going up to Edinburgh for a couple of weeks for another shoot. Anyway, let's get on with these intervals. Oh, so that's the 5 reps done. Oh, what's good about the watch is you don't actually need to look at it because it will beep at you. It's all already programmed in. I hit those repeats a bit harder this time. I think the 4th and 5th ones are a bit slower. But anyway, I feel pretty good. Having the training plan there made me actually go and do it, which is the hardest thing. So yeah, that was a good one. Cross training tomorrow. Alright, so it's day 4, week 3. I didn't film anything yesterday, that was a cross training day. Took it a bit easy. I did go out on the bike and I did do about 45 minutes. But it was kind of made up of errands, picking my daughter up from school, taking her to gymnastics, then popping to the shops going home. Today I've just done my recovery run. I rounded it up to 10k, so I basically did a 20-minute cool down, if you like. But it was all very easy pace. I actually managed to get my heart rate quite low, actually. Mainly in my zone 2, so that's pretty good. Highlights of the run: a bloke sort of staring at me, bordering on aggressive as he crossed the road towards me, but because he wasn't looking where he was going, he actually kind of stepped in a puddle and slipped a bit. That was quite funny. And you'll never guess what, but there was a guy walking towards me and I thought he had a dog with him, but it was just a shadow. Can you believe it? And at one point I thought my shoelace was undone, but it wasn't. I mean, you couldn't make this up. So I didn't do the intervals. So we went to this sort of children's theatre thing with the kids. My older daughter had a birthday party to go to that my wife took her to. I stayed at home with the younger one. And then just with bits and pieces, I had to be picked up and go for a PCR test. My fourth test of the week. And then I had stuff to do and all this, and I just thought, well, I'll tell you what, I'll skip the intervals, but make sure I do the long run. So I'm in Edinburgh now. So I got picked up this morning about 10 o'clock, got a train from King's Cross. First class, the first time I've ever been on a first class carriage. I had a seat on my own. There was food included, hot food on a real plate brought to your table. I had cups of tea in a real cup. That was fabulous. So I'm in this fabulous serviced one-bedroom apartment. There's actually got 2 bedrooms. Yeah, really nice. So I'm going to be up here for a couple of weeks. I'm doing an episode of a thing. I've got a fitting on Monday. That's tomorrow, and then I'm shooting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend off, just up here, and then shooting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm coming back on Thursday. So yeah, should be good. So today is a long run. I've just looked up a little course to do around Edinburgh. So I'm just going to finish my tea, and then I'm going to pop out and do that. So, did 18k on that run in the end, quite wonderfully. Right as I was coming up to the end of the loop, just after 18k, I noticed a kebab shop that was open, so I felt that was clearly a sign. So I bought a doner wrap, which I enjoyed, and I burnt quite a few calories on that run, so I think that's reasonable. Feel pretty good. Legs feel a bit tired after that. In fact, the legs felt a bit tired throughout most of that run. But aerobically, I felt and feel okay. So maybe my fitness is improving. That did kill me a bit, to be honest. Just have a little walk before I jog back to the apartment. My legs are pretty heavy from yesterday's intervals. A couple of kilometres in, just not pushing it too hard. But I thought I'd try a different technique today and try and keep my cadence up by doing smaller steps. Supposedly better for you. When I run slow, I tend to lollop a little bit and my cadence is down. But yeah, I think we're going alright. My heart rate's relatively low. Apparently good to get used to running on tired legs, because I imagine when I'm near the end of my marathon, my legs are going to be pretty tired. You know what I mean? Oh dear. Some very nice architecture and stuff around here, Edinburgh. Hopefully I'll get to the Water of Lee pathway before the sun goes down. About 7.5k in now, about 47 minutes I think it was. Legs are still tired, but we're still getting there. I wonder if we're here. Water of Leith walkway. Well, there is something nice and calm about the river. Plastic bag down there. Very nice. I'm glad I got out before it's actually dark. I guess that ride along the canal would have been a lot nicer if I could see where the hell I was going. Some allotments there. Wonder if anybody is buried there. Legs might be loosening up a bit now. Feel okay fitness wise. Just, yeah, these heavy legs. That's what the training's all about. Now I suspect there are some people buried there. But in this case, it'll all be above board. Okay, I guess that's it. Back on the road. Yeah, I got a bit confused there because of all this Harris fencing. Didn't see the opening to this path. That's where the watch can be a bit confusing. Just smiled at a runner going in the opposite direction and he blanked me. So that's a shame. Oh Christ, which way now? Up the bloody hill or down the bloody hill? What the hell does that mean? I reckon it might be up. Oh, that's the thing about Edinburgh. There's a lot of bloody hills. I think I'm on the right path. Only regard to this running route, not with regard to my everyday life. Sun's going down. I'm walking it. Don't judge me. This thing's beeping at me. It's just to tell me I need to turn. Oh, yeah. I mean, they say that it's just time on feet. Not worried about pace or times, just being out. So a little walk doesn't hurt anyone. Unless you walk in front of a bus, of course. But we're not doing that today, hopefully. Starting to get a bit dark. So we've just come out of Collington and Craig Lockhart Dells. Okay, well we're going back up that way. I think we've done 11k. I think this route is going to come up a bit short in terms of time. So I'll just run around a bit when I get closer to the apartment. Still quite nice out here. Nice looking street. Looks like a full moon. Slightly downhill, smooth road actually. Legs are feeling alright. This may well be my last daylight run while I'm in Edinburgh, because I think my call times and pick-up times are going to be early the rest of the week. And yeah, it'll be dark by the time I get back. I'm sure I get stared at more in Edinburgh than I do in London. Maybe people in London just keep themselves to themselves more. I just ran past a bloke who was looking at me like I was an absolute piece of shit. When I ran past him, he just sort of kind of flinched while he was staring at me. Maybe he recognises me from the Top Cashback advert. Maybe they all do. Maybe people in Scotland watch my adverts. So, got about a quarter of an hour more. Got just over, yeah, a couple more kilometres to get me up to 21. Oh no, 3 more. 3 and a bit. And then I'll be happy with that. There was an incident back there a couple of kilometres ago where I went to acknowledge another runner, but he blanked me. And then a bit later another runner did acknowledge me, but it kind of felt like I forced him into it. Anyway. Well, that's done. Oh, a 2.5 hour run plus a cool down. I actually rounded it up to 26 kilometres. Oh, so I'm pretty happy with that. Bearing in mind I did the intervals yesterday and 20k on the bike. Oh, feeling it in my legs, but you know, done alright. Drank all my water. 3 gels. Yeah, all good. So there you have it. That 26 kilometre run brings us up to the end of week 7. So let's looking at the stats so far. So week 1 was a bit of a disaster, obviously, but week 2 we've done 38 kilometres. Week 5 was 14 kilometres. That would have been 30 if I hadn't moved the long run. And then week 6 was 64 kilometres, which of course would have been 48 if I hadn't have moved that run. And then 59 kilometres for week 7. So pretty good going, fitness improving, legs okay. See you next time.